On today's episode, we're going to talk about a subject that pains me in many ways. Injuries. Get it? Pain? Why aren't you laughing?
My injuries are a shining example of how, although I may seem perfect, I am not. I consider myself a humble perfectionist, but sometimes I make mistakes. But only very rarely. Hey!
That drum fill proves that you're wrong.
It is actually me who rarely makes mistakes.
When we were in Cub Scouts, there was a boy, we're gonna call him Kermit, and this boy was constantly breaking his limbs. It almost seemed like every week he would come in with a new cast. This was probably because the kid was so thin and fragile. He was always falling over whenever somebody breathed too hard on him.
Yeah. Me and Sean used to hold in our farts until we got near him, and then we would blow him away. Okay, that was a complete lie.
At least the part involving me.
Well, my first injury, you couldn't really call an injury. I mean, you could, but when I was 2 years old, I was severely dehydrated and had to be taken to the hospital to be vaccinated, or something along those lines. Now, you may be saying, that's not an injury, that's an illness. But you would be wrong. Getting a shot is not an illness. What is wrong with you? That shot hurt so much that I remember, or at least I think I remember, having a vivid dream that night with an evil doctor. Do you need a shot, Kevin? How about a shot in the mouth? Okay, that's a lie. I actually am very resilient to getting a vaccination, a needle, a shot, whatever you want to call it. I remain quite calm and contained, while others are apparently rowdy and scared. Now, I don't remember this, but my mom says that when I was getting the shot, doctors were expecting a tantrum and ran up to hold me back, only to be aghast at the sight of me calmly pondering 2-year-old fantasies and twiddling my thumbs. They told my mom that it was not normal for me to be so calm. Those jerks. I am proud to be not afraid of needles. Now, I know it's starting to make me sound like I will grow up to be a heroin addict, but I can assure you, I will not. Stay away from drugs, kids.
So when I was 2 or 3, my sister caught me chewing on razors in the bathroom. I don't think I was hurt, but I could have been. My first real injury, happened when I was 7 or 8, or you get it, a young fella. I was cutting cardboard with a knife. My parents had 3 other children to worry about, okay? I guess I couldn't find the scissors, so I opted for a knife. Either that or I didn't know what scissors were. Anyways, I was holding the cardboard by its bottom edge, and as I cut, the knife sort of slipped and landed straight down my wrist. It must have gone through my flesh at least an inch or more. The funny thing was, I didn't notice it until like a minute later when I casually glanced at my wrist and saw spurting with blood. Oh, oops. If it had gone an inch further, I probably would be dead. I made a tourniquet out of paper towel and a stick, and that helped. I was pretty much okay after that. I like the fact that I knew how to make a tourniquet, and yet I didn't know what scissors were. Okay, I knew what scissors were. We just had those kind of scissors that break cutting through butter.
The interesting thing is, I didn't get another major injury until I was 12 years old. I did get lots of small injuries. I mean, I fell down the stairs a lot. And I mean a lot. From ages 9 to 12, I used to fall down the stairs every day. Or almost every day. No lie. Now, I am much better, as it only happens like on average once a week. I actually face planted down the stairs earlier today.
I didn't have another major injury until I was 12 or older. I did get a little hurt from wrestling with my brother every now and then. No, like all the time. The next major accident happened when I was 12. This just so happened at Kevin's 12th birthday party. Kevin being a few months younger than me. It was at a roller skating rink in early March when I fell down and sprained my hand. It was in a cast for a month or so.
Ah, karma.
Shut up! My next injury happened again in the presence of Kevin the same year. This time in the summer, Kevin and I were riding bikes. Now, before you get angry, we were riding bikes like losers. I mean, with helmets on. I was behind Kevin and talking to him. About 20 feet away from his house, my bike malfunctioned or slipped somehow, and I fell down, my knee scraping against the bare gravel and splitting open. I limped back to Kevin's house, leaving behind a chunk of flesh in the sidewalk permanently.
Yeah, and a few weeks later, I invited Sean over to watch a movie, but his dad said no, because he somehow thought that Sean would get hurt sitting on the couch.
Karma.
Shut up. My most recent injury happened to me as a 12-year-old lad in December. I got a hangnail, and it got infected, and my finger swelled up like a balloon to the literal size of a big marble. It got all green and yellow with pus and red and gross, and finally, after 4 weeks of it not getting better, my parents were shocked beyond belief and skipped mass to bring me to the hospital, where they cut open my finger with a knife. We went to mass later that day, and everyone was staring at my finger, back to its normal size, but wrapped in blood-soaked gauze. This was December 31st. During the time that my finger was swelled up, it pulsated very loudly, kind of like my heartbeat. I'd actually gotten used to it after the 4 weeks. My finger remained wrapped in gauze until May 5th of the following year.
A few months after that, I dislocated my leg from sitting weirdly. But as for a major injury, my most recent one happened last July 3rd while our family was getting ready for our 4th of July party. We were sprucing up our backyard, and I was running around with the wheelbarrow. The wheelbarrow usually slips when put in an angle. It's kind of stupid like that. And I fell and cut the side of my torso. I was lucky that I didn't break any ribs. I still have the scars. At least I can walk around like
So, those are our disgusting and graphic injuries. Have a nice day, everyone. And don't split your head open.